Alright, we're going to take this Coleus from this tube and this MS media and acclimate it to regular potting soil. I started this Coleus in the flow hood on June 13th from a cutting off of this Coleus plant that I actually started in a tube also. I started this back in February in a tube, and by now it's acclimated to soil and I've already got clones from it. I'm going to probably clone the whole thing out. So it's been in the tube for a long time with all the nutrition that it needs in this gel, and it's grown. It was just a tiny cutting, about 1/4 of an inch, and it's obviously full inside the tube now. So this is the first exposure to any outside elements. It's got everything it needs in here in this gel, and it also accumulates moisture, so it stays humid. It's got to be humid to try to form roots. There it is, outside of the tube for the very first time. Still a little bit of gel on there, just a wee bit. Gonna get all that stuff off before we put it in the soil. Don't need it anymore. It could actually probably be counterproductive to the growth of the Coleus at this point. So kind of stretch it out. It's pretty nice. It's nice and full. I've had some that, well, I put different growth regulators in them, and I've had some that bushed out really good, but most times they just get tall, just one shoot. But this has got a nice structure to it, kind of full, tall. Alright, so I just use my tweezers to get that out. Obviously, I'm going to come over here. Get some stuff out of the way because I got way too much stuff going on. Just gonna rinse this gel off. Will you hold this for me with your left hand? You want to be pretty delicate. Those roots are delicate, so if you're not delicate, they're not going to hang on. And then you don't have a plant anymore. And all that hard work went to waste. Give it a little bath. Rinse the whole thing. So you see we have our roots, just roots, no medium. Let's bring it over in the sunlight, man. Oh. Is that better?
Yeah.
So that's our Coleus plant. It's been inside a tube for over a month. It's got nice root system now. It's ready to go in some soil. Gander at some other stuff I've been starting. Gazanias. The graft I did. Graft's killing it. All kinds of stuff. We'll get to that later. So I've got my soil, just some regular potting soil, nothing special. You want to place it inside like so. You don't want to compact the soil too much. It's going to compact itself when you water it down, and it's going to dry. So just to hold the plant upright, that's all we're trying to do right here, is hold it up, not introduce too much stress on this guy, because life's been stressful enough already. If we give him a little chill time, he'll start growing nice and tall. And I'm going to wet it up a little bit. Oh, there's also some drainage holes on the bottom of this cup. You just want some drainage holes. That way it doesn't sit with super wet soil. It's not going to make or break it, but ideally you have some drainage. I'm just going to saturate the soil. I don't want to flood it. You can kind of tell as it gets wet. it gets a little darker. Like I say, the least amount of stress on the plant, the better. It'll respond better. It won't have to recover. It'll just keep doing its thing like it never missed a beat. And I'm probably going to put this back on my T5. I usually veg these things out under a T5 lamp in my house to acclimate them to soil. I feel like, I don't know if the sun's maybe a little too harsh. Natural light and sunlight might be too harsh. Natural light, probably not. Indirect sunlight, I wouldn't suggest sunlight at all. Direct sunlight. Alright, so that's pretty good. As with everything else, you want to label it what it is, the date you transferred it, if you want to keep up with it like that. Myself personally, I like doing it because I'm doing experiments here, and I like to know what kind of dates I'm working with, what kind of numbers. And from here, it'll go inside on a T5. It doesn't need any extra humidity or anything like that. It doesn't need bottom heat. The roots are already established. They just need soil to grow in so this thing can get larger. And when it goes inside, we'll keep it on a regular light cycle, 18 hours on, 6 off, and keep it covered. Spray inside with water, cover it up, bam, you have a humidome. And then you want to make sure it has water accumulated on the cup for the first couple days. After about 3-4 days, you start poking holes in the top, and more holes as the consecutive days go by, up until about a week. Take the top off, and there you have it. You'll acclimate your Coleus or whatever you're trying to acclimate to the soil.